If you're waiting for that mythical, affordable, mass-market Tesla, sorry, this is not it. In 2016, Tesla unveiled the Model 3, promising a price of $35,000 US. The hype was massive, like all new iPhone, new Drake album levels. Tesla took over 500,000 deposits for that car. Now, over 2 years later, most of those customers are still waiting. As of the end of Q2, Tesla has only delivered 28,000 Model 3s, and all of them cost a lot more than $35,000.
The major challenge for us is how do we build a huge number of cars?
Manufacturing problems, what CEO Elon Musk called production hell, is causing delays and pushing back deliveries.
Welcome to production hell.
To speed things up, Tesla built a tent beside its factory to house a second production line. While people wait and wait for the affordable Tesla, the company is eager to promote this new, not affordable, more profitable Model 3 performance. It's a quicker, top-of-the-food chain version with dual-motor all-wheel drive, long-range battery, and more power and torque from what Tesla is calling more capable inverters. The price? Just over $102,000 Canadian, which sure is affordable if you're a venture capitalist with a garage full of Ferraris. After all the stories about production hell, I worried the panel gaps would be like the Grand Canyon, or that the bumper might just fall off, which apparently happened to a couple of owners in the rain. But it didn't. In fact, and we've only had this car for a couple of days, so these are really just first impressions, but the Model 3 is a very strange, very exciting little car. Rated range is 499 kilometers, which is impressive and more than Jaguar's I-Pace. 0 to 100 takes 3.7 seconds, which makes this thing faster than most Porsche 911s. The instant response is like a sucker punch. It's breathtaking, something gas engines just cannot match. I just wish the handling had more of a playful, power-slidey rear drive feel, but the up-and-coming track mode is said to fix that, although it's not actually on this car. Ride quality is pretty good, but it's slightly on the stiff side of comfortable. This car is riding on lowered suspension and big 20-inch rims, but overall it's about right for what you'd expect from a sports sedan. The underfloor batteries mean body roll just doesn't really happen. Steering, the rack is super quick. The small diameter wheel only adds to that feeling. It darts into corners like a frightened squirrel, in a good way. With the steering in comfort mode, it feels a little too light for the quick rack, but normal and sport mode actually have surprisingly great tactile feedback. It's such a fun to drive car, definitely more so than any other Tesla. This interior is alien, like it comes from some different automotive universe. It's not as ostentatious as a Mercedes. I mean, there's just less stuff in here. It's cool and austere like an Apple store. All big in-car touchscreens are distracting, and this one is no exception. It just takes your eyes off the road for too long. Changing the air vents, for example, is something you normally do without looking. But here, you've got to go into this menu here and then do this. It's like... Overall, the Model 3 seems more polished than even the Model S or X that I've driven. The doors and door handles always work. The chassis finally feels like it can cope with all the power. It helps, of course, that the Model 3 is hundreds of pounds lighter, but it's great to drive. Actually, I wish we could have put this on a racetrack. Yes, $100,000 is kind of an absurd price for a compact car, even a really fun electric one. But the experience here bodes really well for the mass market affordable Model 3 whenever it does finally arrive.